Okay. Imagine that Twitter and Facebook existed when Gloria Steinem helped usher in the women's liberation movement of the 1960s and 70s. How much louder a voice would she and other feminists of that time have had to bring attention to the unequal rights of women? Suppose Instagram was available in the developing world several decades ago. How much more aware would girls have been about the world around them? These questions show us just how much of an impact social media has made on modern day women. It's women using technology to make sure we have equal rights, making sure that as moms, as daughters, as granddaughters, we are empowering ourselves in the workplace, at home, in our lives in general. And we do that through social media. I think the two of the strengths of social media on its own are relevant with women issues. One is the ability to give voice, and two is the ability to connect. And this is why I believe that social media has helped the breakdown of barriers for women and girls around the globe. I believe that social media is taking the covers off of hidden issues of women's rights, and we can now see and understand the conditions that many other women are in all over the world. Remember the international outrage when Malala Yousafzai was shot in the head by a terrorist? Or remember the mass assimilation that occurred when a young African American teen stood up against racism? None of that would have occurred without social media. One tweet, one picture, and one voice can now create change and inspire young women to look up to the heroes of today. Social media is also allowing women to organize international protests for their rights. According to the New York Times, 95% of all organized protests couldn't have been possible without the use of social media. Today, women in patriarchal countries like Afghanistan and Sudan can call for their rights alongside women in the US. Today's social media can also help young teen girls find their true identity in a world with conflicting opinions. Erica Alfaro became a teen mom at 15. Neither of Alfaro's parents attended school as children, and she grew up in a household where they always struggled to make ends meet. When she was just 15, Erica found out that she was pregnant with her son, Louis. She describes that November night as when she hit rock bottom. But that desperation didn't last long. A social worker looking at Erica's plight and seeing her determination made a GoFundMe page and raised hundreds and thousands of dollars for Erica, which led her to graduate with a degree. The spread of the news of this page was entirely due to social media. Due to its outreach and a few generous individuals, Alfaro and her son can now have a better life and a chance for success. Social media is also helping more than half the world's population that still lives on $2 a day. Tools like the My Worth program that have been popularized by social media empower rural women to invest in their own businesses together. Just like every coin has two sides, social media use has its negatives too. Some of these include teens that are spending too much time on social media, isolation, depression, the decrease in strong relationships. Others include health issues, impacts on academics, cyberbullying, and relationships issues. I believe that these negatives can all be fixed with parental involvement. Just like you wouldn't give your child the keys to a car and let them drive away with no knowledge of driving, the parents and teachers can take a more active role to teach them how to use social media in a healthy way. Together, they can set rules and shared expectations that promote the teen's autonomy while safeguarding them from risks. Parents can openly discuss social media's effects on them with their teens, restrict their teens' time on social media, and filter content. This way, teens won't be exposed to explicit content, will be safe from online predators, and will be able to use social media in a way beneficial to them. In conclusion, I believe that social media has helped the breaking down of barriers for women and girls. Social media is allowing women to connect in numerous ways, educate more women, financially support them, and make our next generation of future female leaders more aware. We can also handle the negatives by taking an active role in teaching the kids better habits through parental involvement. Just because of the negatives, we can't let such a positive tool depart. Social media is a people network, connecting one person to another, one community to another, one nation to another, and as I'd like to add, one girl to another. So let's use it to empower today's women. Thank you.